stepping at your, keep stepping at your own pace, keep stepping at your, keep stepping at your own pace, keep stepping at your, keep stepping at your own pace.
That's the good stuff. I had that whole song play out. I was like, I'm ready to go. It's like, that song ain't done. You sit. You sit. So anyway, hello. Back for more MSQ. Alright, so we're done with Shadowbringers Sad. We're doing Shadowbringers Pats content. Not quite so sad. We have to get Kaiser all mayored up. He's taking the job seriously, so we're gonna help him get it. So he's gotta go talk to people. Be a lot of talking to people. Oh, Chai-Nuzz, not Kaiser. He's gonna be in the... I'm gonna be giving him snow globes. Anyway, here we go. Off we go. Chai-Nuzz is trying to get all the peeps together. He's looking for somebody specific. We will learn of. Greetings, friend, and to you too, Master Chai. I presume you're here to ask after Rendon. I couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Vothri gone, Eulmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hope that we could build a better Eulmore together, and that is still my wish. But given how abominably you were mistreated there, I'll quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Eulmore, and I would not want to see you suffer for Vothri's villainy. What does this pop up? Away. Away. Dumb. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of your past, of Eulmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes and the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive. Commit to this course and prove to him Eulmore has the resolve to change. The resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left, not Pit 7. What? Oop, not that button. If you plan to go and speak with him, I guess you'd be firm and cleaner in your intentions. actually... It's actually called Pit 8. The hell? Why would you do that? It's Randon. And a door. I don't know if that's actually a door. I don't remember. Looks like a door. Door-ish.
Well, well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
No, I didn't invite them, as it happens. Though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Eulmoreans. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vorthry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Eulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Vorthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai-Nuzz, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthry's
Chai-Nuzz.
And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Eulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Eulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice, and sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthry. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, Will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Eulmore for the people.
A Eulmore for the people. I rather like the sound of that. But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office. You would? You ask me to help you solve Eulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Oh, we're not hanging out with people with clever quips. Let's see. Nope. Right, the particular issue you'd have me resolve. Seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Eulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Oh yes, meal being neither a desirable nor a less sustainable option, I suppose alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. The man who hungers is not like to contribute much to society, save violence, perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I'll consider offering you my counsel. Combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue supply, and another that of production. Go on. For the present, Eulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of all that by yourself, did you? Well, yes, it began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago after speaking with peoples of Eulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet. Only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. A fair point, and the one which I have given much thought. I propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos? But Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. What are you staring at me for? Oh, to hand the question. That's fair. Give me money. Oh, he's yelling. Chai-Nuzz's look of steel and determination is only slightly undermined by the knocking of his knees. Every now and again, the quest titles are really good. You give them a look. Usually sometimes they're just whatever, or just like a throwaway. There's a really good one in Dawn Trail, but it's a side quest, so we're never going to see it in the stream. Rendon is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have, which is why I propose to make use of the long-abandoned Talos which wander the wilds of Calusia. You'll need to be deactivated, of course. If memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at the top rung. By Jove. Might have to beat them up. That's a spot of violence for a good cause. Basically our calling card at this point. What? Oh, yeah, I forgot today. Though I'll be honest, I do not know how many people in Vortel servers give a flying fuck about an MSQ run. Or that I'm using YouTube. I know both are unattractive. I did actually figure out how to get the damn link though. I had issues. I was like, how do you get a link to the current stream? It's easy in Twitch. You just twitch.tv/flamedrag. You're there. But each stream on YouTube is a different link. But I figured that out. I know how to get the link, so I could actually post that. I just didn't. Maybe I do that next time. I don't know. The old memories don't let me down. Chest contains canisters filled with a dastardly potent insulating powder capable of halting the flow of ether in a Talos. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly. Thus disabling without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, this will be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Eulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own, too. Fate. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it. Even the Talos ain't a threat. There's 101 other things out there that are waiting to make a meal of you. That's as it may be, but Rendon tasked me with solving the problem, and I'll not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. The other time's understandable. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But I'm the proof of a man worth following. I must lead by example. Alphino's just buttering him up. Alright, if there's any trouble, we call it off. Light's not having it. Yes, well, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this, but I've always prepared living to see the fruits of my labors. And to make sure I do, I'll require your help. It is as Kaishur says, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that can get in the way of my work. Yes! A blow dart minigame. We're gonna go play the game. Oh, we're just right here. Alright, you may actually have something silly. What do you got for me? It's a matter of sneaking up on the Talos for avoiding the slavering, bloodthirsty beast lurking behind every rook. Child's play. When you're ready to begin. Either Master Chai off his nut, or this means more to him than he's been letting on. There we go. We're finding the good ones. Keep your lookout for danger. Point to the spyglass and give the signal. Sneak near the Talos. Oh, it is. I mean, it is the Blowguard game, but it's not the Blowguard game. Bonk. Move on to another Talos. Curse, this is not alone. I forgot about this. I probably just... I don't know why I forgot about this. It's fun. Market prices on Excalibur are stupid. Sometimes you can find things that are so cheap, they are below vendor price. They're out of their gourds. I actually ended up doing this once. I bought a whole bunch of stuff off the market board and then just sold it to a vendor and made a profit. It's disgusting how bad the economy can get for some things. By Jove, he's done it. What happens when the adrenaline hits? And it rains. Plan worked. He did it. The power of friendship. And resolve and stuff. Leave out an apology. Your plan to replenish Eulmore's food storage showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, explain your time at Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor. Thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Eulmore the benefit of your counsel. We got him. People behold these talos. I have no doubt they will lend you their support. Team Eulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands. Would you not agree? Probably be getting back soon after you've tinkered with the talos and all that. Lady Chai is worried sick.
Right then, form a line and make for Eulmore.
What's that noise?
He's a begrimed townsperson.
Wicked white! Runaway Talos! Call the guard! Stay back! All of you! Is that?
They all just wait behind the talos for like 10 minutes for the dramatic effect.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see.
Nearest, I can't.
The healing spell.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, how wonderful!
Please!
Polka dots. Alright, what do we got? Alfino's being political. He just needs a moment. Yeah, everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. Put a little bit of Manderville in there, I'm fine with it. We need more Manderville in our MSQ. Quite a reception. One Master Chai will struggle to forget. For seriously, the arrival of the Talus has seized the public's attention. Once word is spread around Eulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. Hope I don't have to be there for that. What do we get? Oh, we will be. Damn it. I need to fret. He's never felt better. Not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses. For I'll do it for accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend. I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Alright, he's gonna go spread word among the citizens. He's gonna go to Gate Town. Everybody's gonna go everywhere. Goes saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming he's available. Might as well see it through to the bitter end, eh? The Dormant of the Crown left will issue. Dormant still hates our guts, I think. I think it is actually faster to teleport, but I mean, we're right here. Yep, emergence filling up. Oh, we got to safe at the front. We got a place at the front. Be horrible to leave though.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. Before going any further, Could I ask the free citizens of Eulmore to look around? It is a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthry's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Eulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Forthry. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Eulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values. No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Forthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new. To what?
Oops.
Whatever the answer may be.
Sorry.
It cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength for Eulmore!
Everyone else is clapping. Might as well do it. I lost Snarty. You're all looking. Okay, you let's get out of here. Fine speech. Yes, yes. Oh, very good. Yes, yes. We will all build a new Eulmore. Oh. Get it. You've officially taken office. Have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? Will not be moving in the emergent dearest. Too big for one thing and too far from the people to another. Retain our current residence and I will govern here in the parlor. Yay. Ardbert. Liked your speech, but there's folk outside these walls that don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. We've much to discuss. Sooner I take office and my work begins in earnest, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help. I hope to see you again before long. Next patch. Not done with you yet. He's got plenty to think about. Resolved to remain here until such time as Eulmore's future was secured, but it's clear to me now the city is in capable hands. Oh, Alfino's giving us the door. Let's go! Politically perfect phrasing for getting the hell out. Alfino's leaving too, as he seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. Think about what I should do and all that. I don't care. Yes, yes. Kreischer will be. He's gonna help. Everybody's gonna help. To stay and see what comes of his efforts. We have matters of our own to attend to. We should return to the Crystal Tower. May have backlog studies of born fruit in our absence. Free me. Free me from slow plot. I got out of there. I'm doing my part. Very that is that entire scene. Alright, what do we got? Alice has yet to return from the inn attorney's head. I don't know if she doesn't retire herself. In the course of preparing more aura sight, we made a significant discovery. We thought it best to wait for you to return. Oh boy. Congratulations, glad tidings from Eulmore did precede thy coming. I will see that Thancred and Rin hear of these momentous events, that they too might take joy in what thou hast helped bring about. New mayor has taken office. Good friend Master Chai is elected by popular vote, and after considerable soul-searching chose to accept the post. It is a shame you weren't able to attend his inaugural speech, so I have no doubt you will see more of him in the future. How are you doing? Our work did not proceed quite as expected. In your absence, we had a frank discussion of the principles of soul transference and concluded at length that the white aura site was ill-suited for our purposes. But Orion J, did you not say that compared to the massy soul of an Estinien, the stone should house one of ours with ease? That I did, and armed as we are with backlogs and valuable insight, would indeed prove a trifling matter. Were we to disregard the inviolable link twixt mind and soul, a link which would, we did belatedly realize, be weakened most perilously in the process of rendering our souls dormant, as our sight doth require. Thus, the shedding of these fleshy simulacra, and the surfeit of ether which compriseth them, would in all likelihood deprive us of our psyches as well. It would theoretically be possible to channel your minds into the aura site instead. We would more than likely sacrifice your souls in the process, which is why we've abandoned that plan and instead devoted our time to finding a means by which mind and soul might be transported together. Warrior of Light's eyes have glossed over entirely by this point. The vexing conundrum indeed, but one for which the Crystal Exarch has posited a most intriguing solution. When our discussions turn to the transference of memories in the psyche, I cannot help but be reminded of a technique with which I have personal experience. Viola, do you recall what we learned of my eyes from our encounter with Doga and Une? I speak of the royal eye of the Allegan imperial line, gifted to my forebears through the blood and memories of the ancient Allegans. Remember that like 8 months ago? It is by this gift I am able to control the Crystal Tower. If we were to gain an understanding of the technology by which the Allegans are able to accomplish this transference, perhaps then we could keep mind and soul together. Imagine, if you will, a device like unto a soul crystal, replete not only with our worldly memories, but also the bountiful energies of the soul. That is our current avenue of investigation. We will follow it wheresoever it leads. Warrior of Light nods and hopes nobody has a quiz. And while we are thus engaged, I think it best to Viola return to the source and inform Cryle and the others of our findings. Tatara would be relieved to hear to meet progress. I would beg leave to relay our findings and to thank her and Rin and to assist where I man. Yes, please do. Should we have need of your counsel, we will not hesitate to summon you. Allegans? What's an Allegan? I don't know if that's a trick question. The Allegan Empire are the people who built the Crystal Tower and all of the robot stuff in the End of Heavensward. Super old, super ancient, superly awesome civilization that rose and fell thousands of years ago. If there's ever a problem ever, for any reason, in Final Fantasy XIV, it is either the Ascians or the Allegans who caused it. And we learned in Shadowbringers that they're actually one and the same. So it's just always the Ascians. Thanks, Ascians, for everything. Thank you for all problems. Unlock secrets of the Allegan Eye. There's a time when I thought these eyes a curse, you know, but for that, what they've enabled me to do and what they may make possible, I see now they are a blessing. Yes, the war against the dragons, they imprisoned Archons, which is why the Warring Triad were stuck in Azaz Law. I remember Azaz Law. Yeah. They also hated primals. They got into fights with all the beast tribes. Learned how to contain and fight primals. I believe that. Yeah. Okay. One more minimum, I'm just banning you, I think. Safer that way. May return to the Rising Stones. May return to the Waking Sands. Still holding on to these 68 Vesper Pay Aetherite tickets. I'll use them all. I'm trying to think if I use them exclusively. It'd take me a while to get through those. How do you go in the first? Wait, don't tell me. Cryle will be here shortly. She'll want to hear too. She's just telling the others. Yep. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. I think in Shadowbringers that means you're gonna get into fights. All right, it's 7:14.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly. But tell me, how fare our friends in the first?
Yeah, well, these are specifically Aetheryte tickets that let you go to Vesper Bay. Like they slipped like 100 in my back pocket. Guess people got sick of having to go to Horizon and then go halfway across the zone. People who didn't know about Limsa, that is.
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it. Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
Oh, you're back.
It's Estinien!
And none the worse for wear, I see.
Estinien! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
The situation in Garlemald has become more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
More complicated how?
Where to begin? After entering the Empire via Razat Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose. It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Baelsar. Our goals being apparently aligned, we joined forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself. There, we found a man whom all assumed dead. But his soul lives on, and he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos Ye Galvus. Nor did the surprises end there, for no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead. This sent Gaius into a rage, and he charged in, blade drawn. What's wrong?
Lorito. Seen him in action. His body, at least. You will not best him alone. Nay, death will not come easily to that thing. If you would join me, then by all means. What good it will do. The Black Wolf and the Azure Dragoon. I suppose this might suffice. Come then. Ah, the simple pleasures of one's own flesh. Truly, there is no place like home. You're gonna leave them black and blue. Abomination. Whatever he is, Viola was barely a match for him. If we stay here much longer... Oh. Oh no, here come the Power Rangers! Oh, I see what you meant. I thought you were just referencing, many cutscenes we played in sequence. But no, yes, the one all is soon dead is Telegiatology. If they wheel him back out for any reason, that will be hilarious. I now want this. I officially want this. Must even the most middling of sport be spoiled. The world conspires to bore me. But I have no cause to remain. I shall leave these vermin to you. Well, any bright ideas? Just one. Failed. Shooters have taken flight. Deploy all available Magitech armor. We cannot let them escape. Forgot they went all out with the fight scene. Estinien! Making me do AoE stuff. Got him. Bonk. Okay, we're good. Had to let him know. I'm gonna not make it to enemy system. Alright, we're splitting up. We're gonna jump off! You take the high road, I'll take the low. There, the crevasse! Hit it. Some permanent sprint. Estinien don't wait. I remember running this the first time, and about this moment I'm like, ah, crap. Someone's been busy. Ultima. Oh, we're getting Neathhawk strength. I do enjoy the Dragoon's tendency of just taking all the cool stuff that Estinien ever did and just learning it in 10 levels. The way it should be. Estinien's our role model. Ah, I see. Dude, it's going off as nutter hole. Song is still awesome. Oh, we're fine. Were they there the whole time? That would be embarrassing. Iron vulnerable. Come on. Yeah. Ah, cool guys don't look at explosions. Arlington or Machina. What are you, Gaius?
Are you all right?
Peer into my past, did you?
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did, but I bore witness to it all.
I'm still not sure what I think of this gift of yours. But no matter. Our confrontation was cut short when the Imperial Guard arrived. It was then that Xenos took his leave, citing boredom.
To think their research into the Echo could bear such fruit. Escaping death, jumping from one body to the next, and returning to his own after all this time. He is an Ascian in all but name.
It beggars belief, aye. But no more than a hero traversing the rift between worlds. My concerns are far more prosaic. With the Emperor dead and the Crown Prince missing, the Empire is in disarray. Until order is restored, assuming it even possible, we needn't fear an Imperial reprisal. And for reasons of his own, Xenos took it upon himself to rid the world of Black Rose. Riol has already gone to apprise the Alliance leaders of these developments. We may leave the matter in their hands for now.
Then perhaps we have seen the last of the fighting at Gimlet. Though, if it comes to civil war, I cannot help but fear for the provinces. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten to ask. What became of Gaius? Did he not escape with you?
That he did. But we parted ways shortly after leaving Garlemald. He claimed another threat had arisen which demanded his attention. He didn't elaborate, but the absence of some device or other in the capital gave him reason to believe they're planning something. Lest you worry, I believe he has well and truly shed the Black Wolf's pelt. Conquest is no longer his objective. We may safely leave him to his own devices.
We were bros now.
Well, it's nice to have one less foe to worry about, even if we do have a mysterious new threat to look out for instead. Speaking of which, I'll see that Riol and Al Shinobi are made aware, though we still know next to nothing.
Yeah, the
Can't
weapon
hurt to be
project.
vigilant.
This was back when the trial series was not written into the MSQ yet.
Well then, with Black Rose nipped in the bud, I believe I've fulfilled my part of the bargain.
That's true, but with the Archons still slumbering away, we were hoping you might agree to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Sorry, but I'm not inclined to extend my contract. Gaius isn't the only one with business to attend to.
Thank you for your help then, Estinien. I see why Alphino admires you so.
Farewell, my friend. See that you don't make a habit of dozing off in battle.
Nobody asked me what I want.
I suppose we should all be getting on then. As ever, we will see to the Archon's needs. In the meantime, why not get some rest? You've more than earned it. Go on.
Alright, so sufficient time is about 20 minutes? That's worthwhile. So we shattered after all that hopping back and forth between worlds. Why not stay here and rest a while? Meanwhile, in Garlemald. Traitors, you deny Lord Nerva the throne. Bonk. They're fighting each other. He's bored, bro. Do you think I find it amusing, like dogs herding cattle to the slaughterhouse? At Hugh, your soul is. Who are you? Ah, there he is. For your majesty, I am but another dog, lost in want of a new master. A hunting dog, should you wish it so. For I know full well the prey you would seek next. Zodiac. God, those two make such a good pairing. Very excited. There's the opening dateless stoneworks, and they're looking for laborers. Talk of resettling some of the old abandoned villages too. They're even laying on free Talos to help anyone make the move. Cool, free Talos, man. Steady work, board, and lodging. If that's not a recipe for hope, I don't know what is. Everybody's so jolly. Hope. Yes, so long as I yet live, I would see that feeble flame rekindled. It's my destiny to see our dream fulfilled. God, they just hit you. Shadowbringers patch content did not care about your feelings. We're just like, oh, we answered all these questions. I was worried about that stuff. They're just like, have some more. What? Who's that? What's going on? Why is Ardbert back? I thought Ardbert was inside me. Not like that, but maybe like that. Ah. That's why I wanted to get through the Eulmore crap. Here we go. 6.2. 5.2? 5.2. Hello, I did a bunch of pentamelding and ran experts for 3 months. What do you got for me? Come to inquire after the Archons. Fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporeal ether. You mustn't grow complacent. However potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope they afford us enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. If only we can go with you to the first and help. Pardon the interruption, but I came bearing arrogant news. Yes, Maximus! Maxima! God. Badass at all times. Forgive me, I don't believe we've been formally introduced. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador, I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander Alden, offering what counsel I can in the hope of resolving the present conflict within the Empire. Yes, first story is the defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you have urgent news. Wow, Krill just pushes him aside. How dare you, Cryo? How dare you? For this, you too will be pushed aside. I found out why. She's disrespected in the story. I'm just running nonsense. I'm going to continue. Indeed, as you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Dreamlit Dark. Their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Alamegan resistance to keep watch over the border. In his air, we have welcomed a most unexpected visitor who claims that this de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Commander Alden has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well. It was clear to whom he wished I extend this invitation. May not be attending this meeting alone, though I am not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades. I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all this. Alamegan Quarter, we go back. Bye, Tataru. Got anything? Nope. Oh, nope. They're not gonna. There's nothing under Dog Trail yet, you dum-dum. Ain't gonna be for a while. Ain't gonna be. Maxima. Alden awaits us in the Royal Palace. In we go. Right to the cutscene. Yeah, we got a cutscene. Let's go. Let's get it. That son of a bitch.
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea. Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinien and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence. Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinien claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but. And upon further investigation, I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals? With which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascians' pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed. Few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them, but the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascians' downfall was to be the work of my remaining days, but it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all, even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
It's gonna be a long anon, guys. Weapon project is not MSQ, so
We can ill afford to ignore the coming of
yes,
the new
I know.
Ultima weapon. Our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
Ever the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. Can ill afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. Ready to return to the first? Hell yeah. That's that you apprise the others of recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure the Master Matoya and I will continue to do what we can. We'll be back. Eventually. Weapon project, good stuff. Good stuff. Good fights, good story. Oh, not... What? No! The 8th of right? That is not the ocular. Throwing all out of what? Throw it all out of this guy. Why would you target the guard when the Aetheryte is right there? Why would you do this to me? I'm taking this personally. Come at a most opportune time. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul and means to return the Scions home. I trust you two have been making good use of your time. Phantom melding, etc.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Blah de de blah. Ooh, the direct cut to Alfino. We're not handing it down.
We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beclug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
Bloodrock.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both, that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allagan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
Yay.
My apologies.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I
I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Meeting was basically over.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind.
Hang on.
She didn't want to.
Stream's bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. No. We're fine. No, if I make it higher, you get mad. YouTube, everything's fine. Don't give me that. Okay, never mind.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Continue to be stuck with Blue Alice. This may seem to be my imagination, but Lena's been rather brusque with me of late. You don't suppose she's still upset over that mishap at the salmon fillet? Yes, yes. Upon White Orsite's crystalline foundation, we have built not a prison, but a refuge for the soul. With that Moen Brita would be here to see the wonders inspired by her research. I think we will not only have Xenos to contend with once we return, but a new Ultima weapon as well? Why must all of our enemies insist on returning from their graves? I'll put a lampshade here. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it will be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. A spot. Get out of here. No. Yes, yes. Exit ocular. Leave. Leave this place. Little time, so I'll be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland. I ask for your assistance in slaying it. Sin Eater, but I heard some few remain after the night had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. Not be necessary. It is only a single Sin Eater, a simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory, but you do not underestimate your foes, no matter how harmless they may seem. My man would do well to learn from your example. Why not Alfino? You cannot be serious. Come now, Viola. What could be more inspiring than fighting alongside the renowned Warrior of Darkness herself? Go out there, kid. Fine, I'll do it. Go get him, slugger. And in. Alright, let's go fight a thing. Go fight a thing. Ooh, coordinated. May not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. The death's door the day that the vicinity was attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I lightly stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. I too was there that terrible day. My friend had transformed into a sin eater before my very eyes. I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field or holding a blade again had filled me with dread. There's no way to honor her or my comrade, and so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down this day forward. Pleasure to meet you, Miss. Truly, it seems like only yesterday I watched as you took fight astride at Namaru to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think the Eulmorean soldiers we once locked blade with are now at our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here. Like, we seem to be missing one. My apologies. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to clear melt. It took longer than anticipated. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when you pay host to honored guests. We don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to her. Don't give up, don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. That was a cheeky moment. Please tell the Warrior of Darkness this. Yes, I will tell them that. That person who's not me. That's a fun time. Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers. My friends got to see the knight return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. There are countless others who weren't so fortunate. Gave their lives to the promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. You won't give up. Heroism has inspired all of our guardsmen. Scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let's not keep them waiting. Nope, we're not fighting yet. We fly. Eventually. How are they? Oh, they're all the way up. We go to home, Mr. Switch? No, what's going on here? And I thought we were gonna make it enemies. This is a night of the day. Patch content's beefy, man. So much beef. Oh, already dead.
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself? Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, "Who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?" And he says, "No, I'm a warrior of light." And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A warrior of light? Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her. The warrior of darkness.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
We meet him a few times. He's okay. Good NPC. Head pats.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Yes.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
He's lost without you. Give weird advice. Go get him.
Are you sure? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
I will not keep you and your comrades much to discuss. Off you go. Midgardsormr, father of dragons. Again with the selecting everything except what I want. Room is cursed. Why is the Crystarium Aetheryte cursed? What do you got? Adventurer calling himself a warrior of light. Why would anyone tie themselves to the legacy of individuals held in such low regard? Warriors of light, harbingers of the flood and all the world's woes, that this wanderer should so boldly claim their title is most curious indeed. I've been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I've noted more and more people perusing books on history, the years leading up to the flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warrior of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin-eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance in conjunction with this new renewed interest in their predecessors may lead to growing unrest and fear. If people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Ardbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and then painted as villains. Were it not for the records stored in the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge is of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. Foully tarnished. That said, there still remains those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the flood. Considering all the good they had done, I found it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Ardbert. That such heroes can be spoken of in the same breath as sin eaters is absurd. In normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the warriors of light to become villains deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Ardbert who helped you overcome MSQ, correct? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who knew him only as a villain. I've shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. That end, I say we proceeded Alfino's plan. We called together the people of Crystarium and recounted to them the true tale. The warriors of light and the flood followed in their wake. Story time at the Crystarium. What do I say? Oh, yes or yes. Spread the word. Might I ask you to continue working with Becklug on the means of returning home. The rest of us will see to gathering the people at the Crystarium. You have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. What do you got? We're talking to 5 people at the Crystarium. Lofty goals. Not 2, not 3. 5. Suspect I know what 5, but we'll get there. I'm surprised. I hope you're being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Thanks, I have had far fewer patients. Whew, somehow that's hard. Coming through my doors of late, which is a shame. Can I think of it? I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. So he made it funny. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. We're doing a story night. Truth about the Warriors of Light, but the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, there's more to the tale. I'd very much like to hear it. Da da da. Not a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grenald. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, and that she inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, so I'd say the latter is far more impressive. I think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. I do write a letter at the bottom of the ocean. You must have like a really, really tall dumbwaiter or something. I mean, the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, that's left. Well, whatever's left unsaid, I'm all ears. Da 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 da. Oh, these stairs. Bro can't be on the first floor. He's gotta be at the top of the stacks. Surely there's at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light in their deeds in such negative light. Aye, it's me. Cabin of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear a repository lacks for the knowledge they speak. People wish to know the truth of the flood of the Warriors of Light. They search high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin eaters, abomination worthy of only scorn and resentment. I know they are not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof. We're gonna deal with that. Eh. It's braggy. Hey there. Trying to browse wares in the market. Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, wherever it may be. Under Eulmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word is that fellow from Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. Imagine it won't be long for all of Ardbert reaps the benefits, but you've not come to talk about market. Something on your mind? Yeah, something on my mind. It did have something to do with your return tonight to Ardbert. His interest has peaked. Hello, Giat. Hello, Sayala. Well, what do I owe the president? Whatever it is, I must ask you to be brief. With the night return, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. Speaking of that. Warriors of Light? Yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the cardinal virtues. Are you suggesting there's even more to it than that? Well, you've got the steers wrong, so I'm willing to hear what you have to say. He's not over here. Yeah, I guess he's done. No need to hang out here. Where's Alfie? No. In the middle! All the way over there. What are we doing? Oh, that makes sense. Everybody likes hanging out in the circle in the center. We spoke with the orchard and the rookery. We're quite keen to hear what they have to say. For as much hope as they have for the future, the scars of the past weigh heavy on them still. Little did we know. Between the four of us, I dare say we swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need to wait for people to gather. Rabble, 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 rabble. Wow, we got him away from his market board.
To be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we?
The hunt board, not the market board.
Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
No.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
I've been ambushed.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Can't do this to me. We have to write the speech the Warrior of Darkness is going to make to all the people of the Crystarium. Oh, the speech the Warrior of Darkness is going to say. Yeah, we'll be done with that by lunch. Easy pants.
Make it white? The Warriors of Light did all that?
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
Like it didn't even matter.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too. In the end, they saved us. And we cursed their names.
Such a brutal turnaround, this whole arc.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air. Impossible.
Again, I'm not imagining this then.
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the Warrior of Darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium! I am Ardbert. One of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when she must return to her home. But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new Warriors of Light.
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
No, absolutely not. I ate him.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew MSQ. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not, which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Eulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus. That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of MSQ's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen? My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Savory is one word for it.
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. MSQ single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion.
Must needs.
Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat.
Callback hour.
And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Oh, money, please. Thank you. What we got? We were a hair's breadth from defeat when we faced MSQ, and now we must contend with yet another Ashley, and we must tread carefully. Did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the Warrior of Light and their actions prior to the Flood, though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather one who appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He's an imposter, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. If the Warrior's Light were laid to rest in Eulmore, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight. Prayed that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become warriors of light themselves. Here we take action. We must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alphino return it soon with that most essential knowledge. Now I think it best to apprise Thancred and Rin of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. Research that might improve the spirit vessel. It's time I return to the Great Wood. Till now, everything we have learned of the Astinien has been handed to us at their leisure, but that was one of MSQ's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Thanau that a heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within Katana Ravel. Almet believes the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization, that of the Astinien, perhaps. They may lead us to truths we seek. Be sure to let me know how that works out. Goodbye. Fail to see why that would be necessary, given that you'll be accompanying me. Don't be coy. It doesn't suit you. When you're ready, make for Thanau. Almet and her sisters will be expecting us. Let's be about our tasks. What do you got for me? Though I'd like to join you in untangling the Astinien's machinations, I think it best stay here and devote my energies to finding a way to blah blah blah. Man. Yeah, I may not reach the dungeon today. Damn. 2.5 hours of stuff. What do you got? Uh-huh. Welcome, allies of Ronkan. We have accomplished much since last you came. With the Light Warden dead and his minions dispersed, we've at last reclaimed our hunting grounds. It was there we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We're all in agreement before any investigation should proceed. You should be summoned. We're grateful that you did. From what you may have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom of my comrades and I seek can be found within. Wisdom can prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. Good that you have came, for Ronkan was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. It is our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Surely any threats sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far. It's not a game. Yes, it is a game. Oh, they're being quirky. Technically, how old are you and your sister? On second thought, perhaps it's better I do not know. Forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily satiated. You needn't apologize. The seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm. And if not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Sedulous. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. More ravel. Oh yeah, we going to the dungeon entrance. Let's get it. It's a duty! Stola, we're going on a duty. You know, maybe MXQ was taken aback to find a mural illustrating the final days in these ruins. What other surprises do you think yet lies within? Most strange, these halls be left unguarded. Have care when breaking a seal in the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. I think 20 minutes is sufficient time. 20 minutes was the other time we did that. Probably the last thing we do, though. So no smooth jazz today. Definitely next time. Then I think enemy. Yeah, 6-2 is enemies as a Niter. Because 6-3 is Warrior's Gauntlet. Hero's Gauntlet.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
Oh my, so much content.
The people of Ronkan are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast. Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed. Why you... Ugh.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead.
Crank that ominous music, baby. It's
As you
empty.
see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism.
If only we knew what it was.
Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
Had to be done, Nistola.
What? But I only... What is happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives!
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
I live, I die, I live again! Teleports you 1,000 feet in the air trick. Oh. But I have the feeling I'm going to screw this up. Because I'm streaming. Four souls have I bound. The two heroes proven and learned and wise, a comrade's soul shall be their prize. Damn it, is this a quiz show? I'm bad at these. No! It's a quiz show! Just rip them up. Deft of paw, with kin do I vie, though sought apart, betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. Saying it. Everybody look away, okay? I'm gonna screw this up. Spirit of ingenuity, by whose guidance Ronkan is prosperity, riddles answer you to discern, and thus you do, a soul returns. Here's some Fang, I travel with Pack, together we find harmony, and thus for okay, this one's less difficult. Spirit of the wolf, who doctrines praise, it was they who knew peace and harmony to end their days. My belly, do I crawl? Okay, these actually aren't hard. They're hard for the Warrior of Light, okay? We're stupid. We're stupid. Red Serpent, return protector. Lured to slumber, arid, tear the world asunder. The riddles answer you to discern, and thus to you his soul returns. Actually see the Great Serpent of Ronka if you do those Ronka society quests. Desire you that which I yet claim, then we shall play another game. No games! Best of mind and memory. Not on stream. This is this matcheroo, ain't it? I remember. I think we trial and error this bitch until we can. It's a meeting to their arrangement. Huh. Thank you for coming before my stickers wore off. Kind of you. Now you fight me! Pistola! She was in her ley lines, I can't be mad. They're doing mechanics! Fine.
Let us see how you handle this. Leave a mark. I will not hold back.
We win.
Are off.
Estola. It's just, I concede defeat. No, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you more. In character.
Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
Ronkan Guardians are fun. Rough day though, just sitting around the forest for 1,000 years.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber. A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronkan, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
Naught less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emet-Selch invited us to witness in Amarot? The final days. If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar. I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence.
No! More wild claims, Estola, please!
Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
I will not soon forget it.
Remember us.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronkan, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emet-Selch and his kin. But we have disturbed Tiuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
And we're out. Probably in the quest. We learn nothing of the Estinien, but the potential link between the Echo and the preternatural star showers is intriguing. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about as well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teaching of our forebears, of histories learned, not lived. The legend of Tiuna and her exploits have been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. We are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone, and though it too will change in time, I swear to you we shall do our best to preserve your story. Hope you'll forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes out saying we can never speak of your heroism. Perish the thought. So long as you're here, there are none among the V's who would not know of all you've done for Northrend. You're not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Raktika and the ruins of Ronkan. Pray you safe travels, and as ever, we shall await your return with open arms. Done. Wow. I remember the stress and trauma of that puzzle, but I didn't remember anything about the puzzle, so the stress and trauma was perfectly fresh. You love it. It's always that feeling when you forget enough about something that you can enjoy it again, or in this case, be concerned that you're gonna look like a fool on the internet again. Game, I don't need help. Anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out. Damn. Guess we're embellishing a bit more. But patch content, it's still good stuff. Sort of peaks and valleys in the Shadowbringers, though. For every Ardbert, there's a Eulmore mare. I mean, I like the Eulmore stuff. It's definitely a worthwhile plot thread to tie up, in particular because we want to make sure that we leave things in pretty good order. But, ugh. The 20th time you hear the proclamation of wanting to do good by your fellow man, it's like, yeah, we know. We know. Anyway. Next week, more of this. Wait, next week is Wednesday? Of course next week's one. Dumb. Yeah, I will be streaming next Wednesday. I'll be streaming this Saturday. I will not be streaming next Saturday. I'll tell people it stinks. It doesn't matter. See y'all later. Thanks.